There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
All right, so good morning, everybody. Welcome to Jobs180.com's Marketing Me Live at Holy Angel University. So today we will be joined by speakers from Jobs180.com, TaskUs, and Makati Medical Center. And before we start, may we invite everybody for a short prayer followed by the singing of the national anthem.
The Angelite Prayer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty God, we glorify you for giving us the Angelite charism. We thank you for the gift of your Son, Jesus Christ, who is the way, truth, and life. We bless you for the continuous guidance of the Holy Spirit. Grant us, we pray, courage and strength, that we may give perpetual praise to you in whatever we do. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. O holy guardian angels, guide us and protect us. Laus Deo Semper. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, penas na silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisiin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simula, sa langit ng bughaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nag-iinit. Ang bituin at araw niya kailang pamay di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walating pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pag may mag-api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ayan, so again, welcome everybody. Maya paabak kay kayungan, no? Kamusta kayo po? So I hope you are all ready. By the way, my name is Joyce and I'm from the Academic Linkages and I will be your today's host. And we are live, guys, via Facebook and YouTube. So we hope that everybody is excited to learn new things today. So to officially start today's session, may we invite the head of career and placement, Ms. Anne-Marie Benet Adefin Sadora, MAGC RPM, for her opening remarks.
Good morning. A pleasant day to our first semester graduating students, Ms. Joyce, Sir Kim Chua from JAMS 180 and his team. Every semester, the Career and Placement Office holds professional development activities for our graduating students to prepare them before they even become part of the professional world. We know that since last year, you may have experienced the new normal in your day-to-day life. With this, you have shown your eagerness and dedication in adapting to the situation. And I want to commend you for successfully surpassing the challenges, especially in your online setup. Your determination and hard work play a significant factor. Your accomplishments are not easily summarized by getting a high grade. Aside from having high grades, before you enter the real world of work, we want to develop your work ethics and behavior. Most importantly, we want to contribute in your personality development as a professional. Even though we are on this so-called new normal, we continue to conduct these activities for our graduating students because we want you, our graduates, to be prepared. We want you to be competent because months from now, you will either apply for a job or engage in businesses. As we prepare you, a month from now, or a week from now, you will have your next activity, which is your online mock job interview. This is a one-on-one interview with our linkage partner, and last will be your job fair, which will happen by November. This normal setting has changed life drastically. Your talent and flexibility will allow you to create a real impact as the world emerges in this crisis. While keeping that foremost in our thoughts, we can continue to work together, remain determined, and move towards a better tomorrow. Let me take this opportunity to thank Mr. Kim Chua and his team from Jobs 180. Thank you for the unending support. Again, thank you for your active participation. See you around, and Laos Deo Semper.
All right, thank you for that, Miss Bennett. And of course, as usual, for our audience for today, Please comment your name, guys, and year strand, and please type in your questions so we can answer them after the talk. Please, wag po kayong mahiya. This is your chance, actually, to ask them. And please don't forget to share this to your friends, too. So here is our schedule for today. Okay. So we have the resume link, which will be discussed by jobs180.com. And of course, another is interview and dressing up tips by Task Ask, and productivity in the time of pandemic by Makati Medical Center. Okay. So again, excuse me, shout out to everyone who is here na. Guys, huwag kayong mahiyang magtanong. Okay, so sabi ko nga, kung merong questions, i-ask po natin. Okay, so kilalanin na po natin ang ating unang speaker. So our first speaker has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. The managing director of jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua.
Everyone, allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. Not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag nating resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, ito ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. This should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay, more than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely, wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, mayroon kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot, pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay? Wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over-creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw ay makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So sayang lang. So you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpletong detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo, kayo lang may alam yan, at lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay, lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR, kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot, lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often than you open your social media account. So I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis tayo makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes, if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or ano mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gaano karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So, you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa dalawang lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo yung dalawa. Kung dalawa lang talaga alam nyo, din dalawa lang. Ano tong dalawang to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. No, ilagay mo sa loob ng ResumeLink. Just transfer them here inside the ResumeLink para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga? Hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano meron nyo, di ba? Certificate, diploma, yan, ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede ka mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, i-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda yung sample yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng mga kasi mga sample ng profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the ResumeLink is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kayang-kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Ina sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Diba? Halimbawa, o sabi ni iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na akit bahigang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon, interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, pinakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan, blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example kasi ang dating niya parang tamad. Parang happy-go-lucky. Parang chill-chill lang. No? Parang gano'n na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam nyo na anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo na napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay din ng HR napapabilis because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto kanya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second, di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Di ba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design? Di ba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin, wag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pag-process sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update. Yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real-time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigay mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real-time. As in real-time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo atensyon, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So yan. So tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala nang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your information soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan ang kulit, saka nakakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No? Maliliit lang, parang business card ang dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante na ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Di ba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, with this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number 1, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secured na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganon. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi, makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. Di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So, thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So, hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. with your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it, enter, save it, real-time update. Lahat ng bigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com, or email us, email me, here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chu Wa. Don't forget yung Wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Alright, so thank you so much, Sir Kim. Ayan. So guys, ayan, so our sorry, excuse me. May bumara. Ayan. Live kasi tayo. Ayan. So, if you have questions, guys, ready na, pwede na kayo. The floor is open. You may now ask questions. You may use the chat box po. Okay, so, sabi ko nga, kung atin kayong ikutang, ina kayo marinig, comment nyo na yan. Okay? So, sabi ko, sir, kung may question sila, pwede na sila magtanong.
Kahit kapampangan pa yung tanong nyo, meron tayong interpreter ngayon. Kayang-kaya natin sagutin yan.
Kunti lang yung ano natin, alam natin sa kapampangan. Pero guys, seryoso, pwede na ka nag-ask ng question. So, habang naghihintay tayo ng questions, nabalitaan natin, meron yatang gaganaping mock interview for Angelite, sir. So, pwede ba nating magamit si ResumeLink sa mock interview?
Yes. Siyempre, talagang, for all occasions, no? For all weather, pwede gamitin ng resume link. In fact, itong resume link ninyo, in the previous mock interviews na nangyari po sa Holy Angel University, para lang din alam ninyo, when you create your syempre, ang assumption mo is meron ka ng resume link. Yan yung una mo na. No? Hindi ko nakakwento kung paano gumawa dahil kung ganun din lang, panoorin nyo lang itong replay. No? Panoorin nyo ulit. So, when you have a resume link, it is important that you set yung privacy settings nyo. Kasi yung mga previous nangyari sa mock interview, hindi nila shinow yung mga details na dapat makita ng isang HR. So imagine you went to the mock interview. Okay? Later on, Ma'am Bennett will announce the schedule. And I'm sure, malalaman nyo rin kung kailan yung mock interview. Companies will be there during the mock interview. So, since we're doing it virtually, ang bilis ng process, 'di ba? Mabilis kasi virtual na. So when they example lang ako yung HR. So I'm not the HR in the virtual interview. Hi applicant, 'di ba? Yes, we're doing this mock interview. Can I get your resume? 'Di ba? Syempre kailangan meron akong titingnan or do you have your resume link? And then you will now give me a resume link. So sasabihin mo sa akin, example na lang, resume link ko. So kimchua.jobs180.com. Now once you dictate it or you type it sa chat, ang gagawin lang ng HR, ang bilis Kiklik lang niya yung link or ita-type lang niya sa browser. Okay, and immediately opens up and then they can now see the information, diba? Your information. Now, what they'll be seeing is yung settings mo sa public. So, remember to check yung settings nyo, ano ang i-show mo sa public. Kasi baka mamaya nilagay mo doon, hide my information, like hide my skills, okay lang yung school kasi obvious naman taga-Holy Angel kayo. Pero ibig sabihin, yung mga information na importante, wag nyo naman sila i-hide. Diba? I-show nyo muna at least during the mock interview. Yung portfolio nyo, kung meron kayo, ilagay nyo doon. No? Sabi ko nga, yung skills, ulit-ulitin ko lang, wag nyong i-hide yung skills na portion because that's one of the things that HR people will be looking at. So you put your skills, you put the things that are relevant to your application. At least during that mock interview, try to open everything to the HR. Because you never know, yung mock interview na yan, 'di ba? Baka doon pa lang sa mock interview, type na kayo ng kumpanya, inaabangan na niya kayo, 'di ba? Inaantay na lang nila matapos yung graduation niyo, for formality na lang. Then they'll be hiring you na. So that's my recommendation. No? You can use it sa mock interview pa lang, at especially kung nabigay mo na to sa mga kumpanya, they can see yung updated information mo later on. So that's a good thing. Okay? Ayan. I hope nasagot ko yung tanong mo, Ma'am Joyce, na for the mock
Ayan.
interview.
So, okay. So, guys, questions pa habang nandito pa si Sir Kim.
Huwag kayong mahiya
I-ask nyo na
magtanong.
kasi
Tanong lang ng tanong.
importante ang RL and I believe isa siya sa mga
Mm-mm.
requirement nyo. So, Sir Kim, can you promote po yung dedicated page ni Holy Angel University kung hindi sila makapunta sa mismong website nila?
Okay. So there's several ways for you to register your jobs180.com resume link. Napaalala ko lang, no, requirement po ito sa inyo, no? Gumawa ng resume link. So one, you can go to our website, which is www.jobs180.com, at doon kayo mag-register. Another thing is you go to your school website. O ayan, biglang napaisip kayo, ano ba yung school website nyo? Ayan, gagraduate na kayo. Dapat alam nyo yung school website nyo. Pumunta kayo sa HAU o www.hau.edu.ph. That means Holy Angel University. Siyempre, di ba? Yung school ninyo. So pagpunta mo dun sa www.hau.edu.ph, meron po doon mismo sa taas pa lang may tab nakalagay HAU resume link. You click on that link and it now gets redirected to the page, yung career portal po ng jobs180.com para sa Holy Angel University. Na kung gusto mo ng shortcut, tignan mo yung nagsuscroll sa screen ngayon. Yan na po yung shortcut na link. You go to schools with an S, schools.jobs180.com/HAU. Ayan yung shortcut. Okay, so once you go to that page, ano mangyayari? Doon na po kayo mag-register. Makita nyo rin po yung mga companies na nandoon. May mga invite tayong mga ibang mga speakers din later on. Pa-promote ko lang sila. No, we have Task Us. We also have Makati Medical Center to share also yung mga topics natin mamaya. Pati na rin yung mga opportunities sa kanilang mga companies. So, kung ngayon gusto mo mag-submit sa kanila information, kahit wala pa yung mock interview, kahit wala pa yung virtual career fair, by all means, submit your resume link na to them. Diba? And then you never know. Baka ma-process na nila kayo habang maaga pa lang. Diba? And then, yun na. Alam nyo na yung advantages ng resume link. So that's where you go para makaregister po kayo. Okay, don't forget, huwag nyo to gawing last minute cramming. Alam nyo naman tayo, di ba? Pag last minute, saka tayo nagpapanik, tapos saka mamroblema tayo, naku, yung internet kong bagal, di ba? Naku, hindi ako makaregister kasi hindi ko alam kung bakit, kasi nakalimutan na, di ba? Kailangan pa panoorin ulit yung 3 steps, di ba? Kung paano gawin. So, yun lang, no? Gawin nyo habang maaga, okay? Para you can also prepare for your career. Okay? Now, some of you might be thinking, wala naman po akong balak magtrabaho kasi ako na po yung COO. I'm the child of the owner of our own family business. Then, ganun pa rin naman, no? Let's comply with the school requirement. Create your resume link. Then, you also put there yung information nyo about your company. Kung doon ka magtatrabaho later on, whether ikaw ang child of the owner, COO, di ba? Lagay mo doon or kung ano man. Then, it won't hurt to have one. Okay? These are all advantages, di ba? Na magkaroon ka ng advantages yan lahat na meron kang resume link. So you get notification pag meron mga companies na nag-match sa profile mo, and you also get invitation pag may events po na mangyayari sa alma mater nyo. Pag meron tayong webinars in the future as well as virtual career fair, you will be getting an invitation through your resume link. Of course, through your email. No? But because you created the resume link, you will be prioritized sa pagpadala ng mga invitation sa inyo. Okay? So, ayan. Nag-promote lang ako. Dahil wala pa yata nagtatanong. Nahiya yata sila. O, hindi ako marang magkapampangan, but don't worry. Kaya natin sagutin yan. Kahit kapampangan nyo, i-type. Diba? O, ayan. Sulat nyo lang dyan.
Parang mahihain yung ating audience today, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So, ayan, sir, before you proceed backstage, do you have advice po for the graduating students?
Okay. Ang advice ko lang is never give up. No? Keep trying. Apply na apply, submit na submit. For any companies na gusto mong pasukan, gusto mong applyan, submit mo lang kahit hindi ka pa qualified. Sinabi ko rin kanina sa presentation ko, basta gusto mo yung kumpanyang yon, gusto mong applyan yung trabahong yon, submit mo lang resume link mo kahit hindi ka pa qualified. Because you never know. Darating yung panahon, kapag nag-update ka ng profile mo, diba, yung mga profile na nilagay mo, magmamatch dun sa current requirement ng company, pwede na kayo makonsider. diba, doon sa company na yon. And wala namang mawawala, diba? So, if you don't share your resume link to anyone, then no one will know about it. So, kayo pa rin may control ng privacy settings nyo. 100%. Alright? So, yan ang advice ko. Submit lang submit. Try and try. Okay? Yan
Ayan.
lang.
So, yan. Maraming salamat po, Sir Kim. So, again, guys, if you have questions, pwede natin i-answer yan offline. Okay?
Thank
So,
you. Thank
maraming
you.
salamat po, Sir Kim. Ingat po. Ayan. So, kilalanin naman po natin ang ating pangalawang speaker for today. So, she is a graduate of marketing management at Holy Angel University and in Pampanga, and has 6 years of experience in volume hiring under the BPO industry, and the super mom of 2 adorable kids and an enthusiast of a healthy and active lifestyle. The task as sourcing manager for talent acquisition, Ms. Maricar Bondalian. Hi, ma'am. Good morning po.
Good morning, guys! I just want to check my audio is okay.
Yes, ma'am. Loud and
All
clear.
right. Good morning. I'm very excited to talk about my company with you guys. Kamusta naman ang umaga?
Medyo maulan, ma'am. No? Ayan.
Maulan. Okay.
Mm-mm. Ayan. Ma'am, can you test po yung share? Ayan. Okay, it's up na po. So,
Ayan.
ma'am,
Ayan. I have my partner with
hello.
me pala. It's Kim Obrado. So, he's helping me out presenting this deck with you guys. Ayan. Hi, Kim, sa backstage.
Okay, ma'am, you know the drill po. I'll leave you to it po. I'll be back po after 20 minutes for the Q&A. Thank you po. Good luck.
Sure. Thank you so much, Joyce. All right. So, good morning again, guys. I am Kai Bundalian. It's actually my nickname. So, I'm the sourcing manager for talent acquisition for our house teamwork site here in Pampanga. So, I'm very happy to actually do this career talk because I myself, I'm an alumni of Holy Angel University and 100% Kapampangan. So, magiging maganda ang pag-uusap natin this morning. All right, so let's go through now with our prepared deck with you. The first slide will show you a short video clip about our company. So, take it away, Kim.
12 years ago, two friends set out with $20,000 of their savings and built a virtual assistant company for startups on top of a mechanics shop. They named their company TaskUs. Thanks to everyone's hard work and providing teammates the best employee experience, TaskUs grew and spread across the globe. All were empowered with a mission to provide innovation and world-class services to the world's most disruptive companies. Finally, we are proud to announce our new look. We are moving beyond the glue. We have always embodied thinking outside of the box, and now we are stepping out of the chat box. Our new look reflects the evolved TaskUs, the company and culture that we have become. The new TaskUs logo reflects us and our commitment to inclusivity and togetherness, meaning us and you together. As one icon, the elements represent the digital prowess of our amazing teammates to reflect the array of services we provide today.
As a new industry approaches, let us reintroduce ourselves to the world.
Count on us to step up and continue to evolve as a company that can finally answer the call for protecting what matters most to those who count on us.
Finally, an organization that puts people before profits. Refreshing,
Smart,
creative,
and true.
that's TaskUs.
All right, so that is who we are, guys. So as you can see, you had a very, quick glimpse or preview of our humble beginnings. So who are we? Who is TaskUs? So we are a provider of outsourced digital services and next generation customer experience to innovate and disruptive technology companies. So our sector, our services include social media, e-commerce, gaming, streaming media, food delivery, and ride sharing, high-tech, fintech, and health tech. So we have been in the industry for 13 years now, and we are located in 8 different countries across the globe. Plus, we have existing 9 sites across the Philippines. All right? Next slide, please. And also, I'd like to share that we are an award-winning culture. So we've received different kinds of awards that varies from the best place to work. We always highlight our culture-focused and people-focused culture, if I may say. And also, we have been, what do you call this? We received this platinum award that actually recognizes task us innovative work, okay, within the industry. So this is a very good reward actually to share with you and to, of course, rally with you. Next slide, please. All right. So as mentioned a while ago, we are across the Philippines. So we have 9 different sites up to the north, that's in San Fernando, La Union, down to south, far away as Bohol. But we do have here in Pampanga, in Maykawayan, Bulacan, in Imus, Cavite. We have one in Batangas. We also have one in Antipolo, BGC, and Anonas, Quezon City. All right. So who are we looking for ba? So we are actually looking for teammates. So what are teammates? So who are these teammates? So this is parang for other BPO companies, or as you know it, these are agents. But in our company, we call them teammates. Kasi we believe that, teammates talaga dapat tayo. Hindi dapat tayo like TL, OM, ganyan. So our qualification for a teammate is, someone with or without work experience. Of course, someone with of legal age, that is 18 years and above. Someone with excellent communication skills. Someone who is computer savvy. And of course, willing to work on a shifting schedule given that, teammates are on a graveyard shift. And of course, someone who is amenable to work on-site and work from home. Ayan. Next slide, please. So I'd like to share with you our employee perks and benefits. So aside from your monthly salary, guys, you will be able to experience or get these following perks and benefits. So what are these? Of course, we have medical insurances for you guys, which is extended up to 2 dependents. And given the pandemic situation now, we have our COVID-19 related medical coverages. We also have this food forward program, which is done on site. We also have Human Project, and we also give out incentive referrals. So if you guys have referrals and then they got hired, you guys will get an incentive bonus out of that. And of course, we also give out guaranteed paid time off, including your birthday leave. So that is one of the fun things here in TaskUs. You can actually take a leave during your birthday. And then, of course, we are very proud of our state-of-the-art facilities across our sites. So as you know, guys, for your information, guys, our sites are designed uniquely in a fun, lively, state-of-the-art designs. So ayan, maganda talaga yung mga sites namin. Next perks that you can get actually is the retirement savings program. So I myself, I have enrolled in this one. So this is a good program for all employees. Next up, we also have the scholarship program that we offer to our employees and their family members. And then we also have our shuttle services, of course. And this is one of the good thing. So since we really value our mental health, you know that nowadays, di ba ganyan yan because of the pandemic. So we have free wellness and resilience programs, which can be extended to our family members as well. So this is free. This is all for the employees of TaskUs. And you have the chance to avail them or to get them. And the last one, we also provide, or TaskUs also provide, tuition fee and professional development reimbursement program. So for example, you're already an employee and then let's say you wanted to enroll, okay? Let's say under business management, you wanted to enroll for a doctorate course. You can actually do that. And TaskUs will help you out with your tuition fee with this one. Ayan. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so aside from those perks, those variety of perks, we also have, of course, employee benefits. In terms of salary ranges, of course, this will depend on which campaign or program you will be hired for. And of course, we give out the statutory benefits such as the SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, which are also included. And of course, we make sure that the OT premium is paid and your night differential is also paid out as required by law. Ayan. Next one, please. All right. So this is our house teamwork site in Pampanga. So these are just few of the pictures that we have. So as you can see, it's very colorful. It's very lively. Alam mo yan, it gives you that pump when you go inside the office because it's not going to be your typical office. So, you can have fun while, you do your work. So, ayan siya. This is our employee lounge. We have our pantries and, of course, our reception area. And, of course, our operations area. And I'd also like to share, though, for our house teamwork Pampanga site, for our October hiring, we are actually in need of about 350 teammates. So if you guys are excited and you would like to try and apply with us, you can check out our link through Jobs 180. That's jobs180.com/taskus. Again, that's jobs180.com/taskus. Ayan. So, uh, when we were talking with Jobs 180, they actually gave us some interview, what do you call this, talk points, kumbaga. They asked us to give out some advices, if I may say, on how you guys can actually ace your job interview. Because given that, for graduating students, you really don't have the actual what do you call this, experience of a job interview. So I have prepared some items which I think, or Kim and I think, that will be very helpful on your end. Okay, so next slide please. So I have a few items in here. And let me just talk about them very quickly. So, how will you guys have that A factor during your interview? So, one, you have to know the company and details of the job position. So, syempre, no, this is a no-brainer for you. When you apply, you have to know the company. You have to know as well what is the position that you're applying for, because when you know your company, you will be able to give a lot of ideas during the interview. Plus, if you will also check out your company's competitors, or let's say its competitive advantages in the industry, this will give you a lot more information about the job. So, importante yan. Kasi, like, you know what? I myself, when I do interview, I always ask, what is the idea of the applicant with the position that he or she is applying for? Siyempre, importante yan, di ba? Alam mo dapat yung ina-applyan mo. Ayan. So, next one. You have to sell yourself and make most of the tell me about yourself question. Ito maganda to. So, you know what? During the interview, you have to share something out of the box about yourself. Why? Because it will make your conversation with the interviewer more interesting. It will set you apart from other applicants. So sharing your interests and abilities in line with the job description that you're hiring for will give you that it factor. Sigurado ako dyan, 100%. Okay, third one. Prepare the most common to the most difficult interview questions. So dito na pumapasok, why did you apply with this job? Why should we get you with this position? Mga ganyan. So you have to make sure that you research all possible questions. No? Because, interview questions can vary depending on the discussion with the interviewer. But you know what? Kasi during the interview, you are being, if I may say, you're being gauged, kumbaga, not only about your abilities and skills, but also your behavior, your character, and personality. So you have to make sure that, you're ready for that. Next item is you have to ask questions. It's okay to ask questions. It's important to be open with your interviewer. You know what? It won't hurt to ask, or clarify things. Since during the interview, it's the best venue actually to discuss your concerns. So make sure you ask questions. Huwag kayong mahiya. It's okay to ask questions. And of course, next one, you have to mark that first 5 minutes. You know what? I read this a few days ago. For some studies, they say that interviewers can already decide about the candidate in the first 5 minutes of the interview. And then for the rest of that time, they just look to the things or for the things to confirm that decision. So you have to make sure that you when you enter that room or probably, dahil virtual tayo, that Zoom room, you have to make sure that you have that energy, that confidence, that enthusiasm to make it more worth it. All right? And of course, this was mentioned by Sir Kim a while ago, no? Practice, practice, practice. Totoo yon, guys. Practice, practice, practice. Ang sa akin naman ang nilagay ko dito, you talk to yourself in front of the mirror. You imagine yourself, you're being interviewed itself, no? Sa interview room, sa Zoom link, ganyan. You practice your facial expression, how you answer the questions, and of course, you practice that smile. Kasi maganda yung during the interview, very pleasant yung face mo eh. So that helps. It keeps the discussion very positive. All right? And of course, do not give up. So, we all have our time and luck in this lifetime, kung masasabi ko man yun. No? So, if you do not land on the job now, okay, you never say never, syempre, di ba? You have to try and try and try and try until you get that job that you want. I myself, I failed a lot of the interviews, but given with that positivity and prayers, I was able to land with a job that I like. Okay, so do not give up. Keep trying. Apply lang po ng apply. So those are the, I think, pro tips, no, that we can share from Task Us on how you guys can ace your job interview. All right. And of course, if you want to connect with us, we are on Facebook. That's facebook.com/TaskUsPH. We are also in TikTok. So that's Task Us Inc. Also in Twitter, that's Task Us PH. Also in Instagram, that's Task Us PH as well. And we do have several other social media platforms such as YouTube, LinkedIn, Careers, and jobs180.com/taskus, of course. All right, so I think that's the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for letting us join. I'm very excited to meet all of you. I hope you guys would be able to try and apply with Taskas Pampanga. Thank you.
Ayan, thank you so much, ma'am. Ayan. So guys, pwede na ulit mag-ask ng questions. So, kayo mahiya, Kapampangan si ma'am.
Wow,
Hindi kayo
Tato
mahihirapan mag-ask
Marine,
ng
okay
questions.
mo.
Na kayo Marine, comment nyo na yan. Ayan. So, ma'am, habang hihintay po tayo ng questions, ayan, talaga, medyo sumasakit yung nilalamon ko. Do you have open positions po available for Angel Life? I'm sure po yung iba naghahanap ng for entry-level position or for OJT or mga part-timers. Yeah.
Right. So actually for our open position, they're both for full-time and part-time. Specific to our Pampanga site, which is inside Clark Freeport Zone. For this October, we're looking at hiring about 350 teammates with the basic qualifications that I've shared a while ago. So ayun. So marami po ang kailangan natin. If you're interested for a full-time or part-time position, just let us know at our page under jobs180.com.
Ayan. So, guys, you may visit also www.jobs180.com/taskask. So, pwede po yan. So, through Jobs180, you may submit your resume link para mas mabilis nilang makita. And of course, ma'am, since I'm sure nahiya lang magtanong yung ating mga estudyante for today, but do you have tips po para paano mas mapadali po yung interview today since everything is done virtually po, no, online. So yung iba medyo hirap pa I think sumabay since yung iba talaga hirap din pagdating sa internet. So do you have walk-ins po ba or pwede po ba silang dyan ganapin yung interview for that?
Specific for our Pampanga site, they can actually walk in at our recruitment hub. So our recruitment hub is located at Workspace Building. If you guys are familiar, doon po sa Rotonda papuntang Pandan and then yung pabalik ng AUF. So there's a workspace building there. We're located at the second floor. We are accepting walk-ins. But most of our candidates, since we're considering people do not really like going out because of the pandemic, of course, yes, we are processing them via virtual, via Zoom. But if they have other options to walk in, we are at Workspace Building that's in second floor.
Alright. So ma'am, I have questions since I also work po under BPO before. So, and task as po is a BPO company, right po. And meron pong mga times kung saan pag nag interview kami virtually, merong mga hindi talaga totally dressed. Merong mga sabihin na natin, underdressed talaga, naka-sando lang. Yung iba talagang what's your take po about this? Kahit pa sabihin na, ma'am, kasi hindi naman yung ina-apply namin for managerial position or for ganito, CA lang naman, bakit kailangan namin mag-dress for this? So, what's your take po about this?
Alam mo, I've experienced this particularly when we were still processing candidates on site. And this happens usually with guys. They go enter our facility wearing shorts. Though naka-rubber shoes or, naka-closed shoes sila. It's not really a good impression. And we have to remember, first impression last, ha? So, we understand that iba kasi yung notion ng mga tao for BPO industry na parang we're really that casual, alam mo yon, or given what you have mentioned that they're not applying for a, let's say, managerial position, so why dress up very, semi-formal, parang ganyan. But, it's still a job interview, right? So guys, you remember that it is still a job interview. So you have to make sure that, if not even yung formal, semi-formal, kahit smart casual lang. Okay? You don't have to buy very expensive clothes naman to dress up yourself. You just be smart on what you will wear. But please, guys, refrain from wearing shorts and then closed shoes. It gives a different impression talaga sa interviewer. You have to make sure na, di ba meron nga kasabihan, you dress how you want people to see you. Di ba? So if you want people to take you seriously, syempre you dress properly, di ba? Hindi mo naman kailangan mag-coat, hindi mo naman kailangan mag-long dress. So you just have to look really semi-formal, parang ganyan. Smart casual, yeah.
Okay. So, and also, ma'am, one more question. What are the common mistakes po na na-encounter nyo during interviews with candidates?
Like what I shared a while ago, which I always ask during interview is how did they hear about the hiring or what is their idea about the job position that they are applying for. So, there are really candidates that do not have that idea of the job description. But, this should be given Kasi I think it's a general knowledge, diba? That when you apply for a position, you have to know the nature of your kumbaga the position that you're applying for, and it helps so yun, you have to have that basic knowledge talaga.
All right. Yeah. So, ma'am, may question tayo from the audience. So, from JD Ferrer. So, ang question niya ay when asked about what pay rate do we expect from a company, if we say a pay range that's too low, we could lose the potential that the pay is actually higher. If too high, the employer may be turned off. How do we strategically set up a pay range to maximize our potential pay rate?
Thank you for that question. So, you know what? Ako as part of my, kumbaga, research of the job that I'm applying for is the pay range. Kasi you have to know if, kung mabubuhay ka ba sa ganong presyuhan, di ba? And of course, considering your skills as well. Because whenever, you remember, whenever you apply with your job, it's not just about your skill, it's also about your character and all. So, for the pay range, it's okay to actually discuss, as mentioned dun sa tips ko kanina, be open. Kumbaga yung idea mo, eto po kasi yung idea ko sa pay range. Is this correct? That's okay to ask. Ako, I'm very open kasi during my interviews eh. And if it is not within the pay range, the interviewer will surely tell you that. And, will give you that option na, okay, let's say, dito talaga yung maximum pay range na binibigay namin for this position eh. So, your interviewer will let you know.
Ayan. So, I hope na answer ni ma'am yung iyong questions, JT. So, if wala na pong questions, maraming salamat, Ms. Kai. Thank you po for sharing your knowledge and experiences po. And of course, we hope to have you again on our next set of webinars. So,
Thank you so much.
One last advice na lang, ma'am, for the graduating students.
You always have to be yourself during interview. Don't be afraid. Kasi you know what? Skills can be taught during the job, when you get the job. But it's very important to rally or display your character as a person. Okay, it's important kasi one of the only factors that will make you, kumbaga, last long sa company, while, the people that you work with, is also your character as a person. Skills can be taught. Character, it's on your own. Yeah.
Ayan. So, maraming salamat po, Miss Kai. Thank you so much po. And stay safe. Ayan. So, thank you po. So, for our next or last topic, and of course, speaker for today. So, we have Mr. Nario, the Program Manager of Nursing Education of Research and Development from Makati Medical Center. So, Mr. Nario's areas of clinical specialty focus in neurology, pediatrics, and oncology nursing. He's also involved in healthcare research and ethics. On a corporate aspect, he is specialized in learning and development quality practices, leadership, and management. Currently, he is a certified learning and development professional, CLDP, serving as the Senior Program Manager of the Nursing Education of Research and Development Department, or NERD, and Nursing and Patient Care Services. In addition, he is also a scientific member of the Institutional Ethical Review Board, or IRB, of the Makati Medical Center. So let's all welcome Mr. Joshua Jaime P. Nario, MARNCLSSYBCLDP. Hi, sir. Good morning po.
Hello, good morning, everyone, especially to our participants this morning. So I'm going to share my topic. Thank you, Joyce. So
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to share my screen. So this will be a very, I'll be using the word productive, no? So because my topic will be showcasing about productivity and how you will be able to conquer it. Okay, so I'll be talking about productivity in times of pandemic, and I hope you are able now to see my slides. And just to give you an information, this is somehow a little bit of tips on how you can become very good outcome or positivity into your workspace, particularly in that home whenever you are a student. Okay, so but before anything else, I'm going to share to you my organization. This is Makati Medical Center. This is located at the heart of Makati, and of course this holds, of course, our new modern day heroes right now who are fighting against COVID-19. We are a Joint Commission International accredited, and of course we are welcome to everyone who are willing to be part of our team. Just to give you a glimpse, this is what Makati Medical Center looks like today.
This is the healthy normal. Our children get proper and timely care. patients receive safe and finest treatments. We are confident to go to checkups without worries or fear. We experience service that's from the heart. In Makati Medical Center, our patient safety is our top priority. Now is the time to take care of our health more than ever. No fear, no worries, because we are always safe. Makati Med.
I'll be starting off with my presentation this morning with a quote from, of course, a famous writer from Paul J. Mayer that productivity is never an accident. It is always the result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. I hope you are able to struck by this quotation because I have three objectives for all the students and all the viewers that we are joining here today in this event is for us to define what is productivity and how do we determine the impact of pandemic towards it. We need to identify, of course, strategies to help improve productivity. Sana matulungan ko kayo regarding dito, no? And, at the end of the day, you must value the importance of learning and support in becoming a highly productive person. Now, defining productivity according to the Oxford Dictionary, it is a state of quality producing something. I repeat, ito daw ay isang status, no? Or a quality of producing something. Now, as you can see here, I have always been taught by my teachers before that being productive is not really comparable of being busy. So, hindi ibig sabihin busy ka is productive ka. So, you can work things in a very good way or a very easy way that you arrive at a positive outcome. So think about it. If you're always saying to your friends, now busy ako, ganito, is that busyness is a productivity on its essence. Okay? Now, because of that, I'm going to present right now and I want everyone to reflect. We go now to a reflective moment of a characteristics of a highly productive individual. Tingnan natin kung ganito kayo, no? You are a highly productive individual if you know what is important. So, alam mo ba kung ano importante sa buhay mo? Currently, pagkagising mo, you know what will happen today. Second, you plan, okay? You plan ahead of the day. Ano ang gagawin ko buong araw? So, please take note of that. They are able to get backtrack faster whenever that, a day of planning is somehow always not being followed. Maraming nangyayari, no? So, pwedeng iba't ibang mangyayari, problema, and importante, you can go back on track and then achieve whatever you want to achieve for the day. If you are a highly productive individual, if you know your priorities and you know how to protect them no matter what, no? You must know how to do problem solving. So that's a very good characteristics of that kind of individual. You have you arm yourselves with the different tools. So if you're a very technical person, so you are able to download different apps that can aid you as you go along with your day and different kinds of equipment that you can help you that achieve your goal. If you have particularly and less time to focus, so that's an additional part of that. And if you are a well-organized, so please take note of that. So this too is another characteristics of a highly productive individual. Now, discipline is another point of discussion. So this should be innate on you and being practiced. This is the most hardest part to achieve. And if you keep on learning, just like what we are doing today, if you strive for information, if you want to strive for update or strategies on how you improve yourself, somehow you can fall high to become a highly productive individual. Now, kung may check man sa inyo, alin man dito, maybe you're moderately productive individual, or if walang characteristic currently na meron akong pinresent dito na meron ka sana, you must think twice or thrice, or maybe you need to improve yourself on how to become productive. Now, in analytical concept, no, we can compute that into numbers, but I'm not going to discuss that now because productivity formula is defined as an output or the number of what you are wanted to achieve over the input or your exerting effort or the resources that you want to put it. Okay, so if you want to translate it to numbers, there is a formula on it. You can search this on the World Wide Web. There are available resources for that one. But again, productivity can be computed and turned into numbers. Now, what we are right now is being in a pandemic situation is we are in as uncertainty times. Ibig sabihin, hindi tayo talaga natin nalalaman ano bang mangyayari next year. What will happen in the coming days, no? Now, please take note that because of these uncertainty times, the face-to-face methodology is somehow reduced. Now, research say that if we do face-to-face, not just like this, no, parang virtual, no, it promotes collaboration. And then that collaboration can ignite a sense of creativity and innovation. Now, you will be thinking, sir, we have this platform naman. We can do a lot of alternative ways. Yes, that's correct. But remember, these digital tools somehow fail us to somehow provide us an alternative or a replicate a situation where we can do face-to-face discussion. Now, this is the melting point of what we are doing right now. These uncertainty times can really extend long enough, no? So, ang importante dito, we must be able to adapt. Well, interestingly, I found one research, no? So as I prepared this material, this is done by Microsoft and Boston Consulting Group research that they highlight that across the economy, productivity has remained stable during the pandemic, no? So there's no such thing na, pandemic to, nasa bahay lang tayo, we're studying at home, or we're working at home, is we are reducing our productivity. Now, the research surprisingly says that this is not the case because please take note, if you invest a lot of cost to innovation, you download different softwares that can aid you to your to being productive, and you have available resources. Somehow, the productivity levels that you are doing from the past, example, galing ka sa school, it's the same supposedly that you are doing at home. We have a concept what we call productive working or productive studying at home. This is a situation where you control the environment. That study shows also that remote working does not result to productivity declining. Why? There are some factors that we need to consider. If you have a good environment, a more comfortable environment, like before, di ba, pagpapasok tayo sa school, you have to prepare a lot of things. You have to go commute pa or ibig sabihin you go on one place to another. But in this kind of pandemic era, the productivity is just in the tip of the finger. At the same time, gigising ka na lang, nasa tabi mo na. It's a matter of how you arrange your working environment on how you become productive. And this is my last few slides that I want to share with you. How do you maintain your focus? This is the number one challenge I know, especially the students right now are doing. If you are graduating, this should be really your concentration because we always want to be to graduate soon next year. Now, these are some points that I need to share to you and some strategies that you can adapt. The first one, easier said than done, is getting rid of distraction. So as much as possible, you take away all the things that distracts you. The moment that you have that feeling of doing something, you start beginning doing it. But one way or another, part of your member of your family, maybe your pet, okay, if you have a dog or a cat at the house, somehow distracts you on doing it. So try to get rid of those distractions. Second, there's a study in 2010 conducted that a small amount of coffee that somehow ignite that focus, that kind of sense of being focused. But it's, again, the key word here is small. So technically, too much of that one, it can cause you nervousness and another feeling that can somehow disrupt you the concentration that you are achieving too. Put a lock on social media. This is somehow I am guilty on this one. So from time to time, so particularly whenever I'm studying, no, during in my grad school, now whenever I start reading one page or another, I tend back to check my social media account. So there are a lot of apps or what we call the social media blockers that you can somehow install if you can somehow reinforce or you want to reinforce putting lock on your social media. Fuel your body. Don't forget this one. Don't resort to starvation. Okay, so you must eat healthy foods. No, particularly those food that are food for the brain that can somehow ignite your thinking capacity or mental capacity. Okay, don't forget to get enough sleep. Later, I'm going to tell you those who are really into the night shift, who are really wanted to study. But again, a good night's sleep can help you focus or enhance your concentration. You must also set your SMART goal. I know as a student, you all know this, no? So from the measurable, timeliness, the acronym SMART, that should always be at your first day of whenever you're going to do some work. Be mindful of everything, no? So it is normal that you wind up or somehow you do daydreaming at time to time, but the ability to control the mind or your focus is another perspective that you need to somehow practice. No, so mind control over the things that it is like wandering, so that should be included. Make a to-do list. This is very helpful, no? So as if you put that into hobby, that today I'm going to do this, and somehow you put on a checklist on how to do things, that will really help a lot. Now, focus on a similar task. If you are guilty with this one, that you start on a simple project or a homework in your school, and then suddenly you shift to another homework, somehow you go from one task to another, it is somehow affecting your concentration. Remember, when you start on something, try to do it, though, even though you have the ability to multitask, it is better that you first start on one project and then finish, and then before you jump into the next. Okay? But again, this point is case-to-case basis. Now, after that, if you are able to master now your concentration, you must identify if you are doing procrastination. Okay? So, ang procrastination natin, you need to conquer it. And how to do it, I need to present you the 4 types of procrastinator. Let me know, okay? Or think, this is another reflective exercise if you are one of this one. Are you the performer who says, I work well under pressure? I'm very guilty of this one, no? So, ito ba, ikaw ba ito? Yung parang, okay, ang deadline next week, sige, cramming tayo kasi doon ako nakakapag-accept. Well, that's a form of procrastination. Now, the biggest challenge is getting started. You tend to start whenever there is a deadline already, no? Now, what is the solution for this one is, of course, you need to set a start date. You don't put pressure on the day whenever and believe that you are able to think on that kind of pressure. So, it's not healthy for your, of course, mental health and your physiologic condition. Okay? So if you're this kind of person, again, you need to find solution if you are doing this one. The second, are you a self-deprecator who says, I am lazy right now? Well, the biggest challenge for this one, for this person, is taking a break when particularly you already know that you're going to say you don't have a time to rest, no? So particularly the biggest solution on this one is to recharge. Something to do, why are you feeling this one? You need to really ask, what are the things that you are avoiding not to start a specific assignment or a specific task? So please be mindful of the types of procrastinator. Are you into work under pressure or into a lazy one? Now, there are two additional types, no? The first one is the overbooker. This is particularly the thing that people says that I'm very busy. They tend to put a lot of tasks in their hand, especially when using a calendar app, no? Or a to-do list. No, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. But at the end of the day, whenever he or she is starting to do a task, he tend to somehow face not doing it because of being overwhelmed of the task he or she enlisted. Now, the biggest challenge of this one is you are creating chaos of yourself. Remember, a good smart goal or planning of what to do is sobrang importante dito, okay? Now, the solution this one is to take a moment of introspection. Medyo malalim yun. You need to ask yourself, what am I really avoiding this one? So why I need to put a lot of things here, no? Now, and the last one is the novelty seeker. These are the person who had just a lot of idea coming in the mind. I want to do this. I want to try this. But wala silang natatapos, no? No, the biggest challenge here is completion. So don't forget on that one. If you're that kind of a person, so somehow you are falling into a type of procrastination. Now, the solution for this one is make it stick. So literally, write down the new ideas or projects on a sticky note or on a paper or whatever that you are using, but don't pursue them until you finish one currently working on. Remember my advice from the previous slides? Now, don't jump from one work to another because wala talaga ikaw matatapos at the same time. Okay, so those are the 4 types of procrastinators. So you need to reflect. Are you under pressure? Are you the overbooker? Are you the novelty seeker? Or a somehow to do with the lazy one? All right, because of that, this is the method that I want to share with you. This is coming from a pomodorotechnique.com, no? So a video here that will help you somehow put structure on how you become productive. I hope you learned from this video.
This is a Pomodoro. This is a Pomodoro timer. This is the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique is a simple yet very effective way to improve your work and study habits. The basic requirement of this technique is to set the kitchen timer to but this is just the beginning. In order to become a certified Pomodoro master, you need to achieve the following 6 objectives. First, find out how much effort an activity requires you by monitoring how many Pomodoros you need in order to accomplish a specific task. Second, learn to protect your Pomodoro from the internal and external interruptions. Third, make accurate estimations of how many Pomodoros you need for a certain activity. Fourth, use your Pomodoro time not just to work on the task, but spend a few minutes for recap and the last ones for review. Fifth, set a timetable according to your to-dos, to your time, or even to the season. This is good for organizing work and also for creating more free time. Sixth, once you have completed these objectives, find your own personal objective, such as being more efficient or improving the quality of your work. For example, a writer could track more accurately what he's doing during the Pomodoro, or a team may want to find out how good its cooperation is. But remember, you have to choose your own final objective. In order to achieve the best results, the objectives should be done incrementally. In other words, if you didn't complete an objective, don't move ahead to the next one. Continue trying to do better with the current objective until you feel that you've mastered it. For more in-depth tips, read the original book, record your progress, and become a certified Pomodoro master. PomodoroTechnique.com. I love my time. 2 hours and 43 minutes were saved using the Pomodoro technique in the making of this video.
Okay, so as you can see, just a review and a recap, no? So if you'll be using this technique, 1 Pomodoro is one of your tasks. This is equivalent to set to 25 minutes. So always make sure that you work the task until the timer rings, and then always do have a 5-minute break. Now, your long break should always last for 15 to 30 minutes. So more of that, you can somehow find the source and you can really watch some video. But this technique is very useful in increasing your productivity. Now, because of that, we in the Makati Medical Center are trained to be productive with the heart. And here, as you can see in the picture, that here are some healthcare professionals on how we do train them to increase their productivity. So, despite of the pandemic, we continue learning because learning is part of being productive. And therefore, the future is now part of this one. I am joined today, of course, with one of our unit head from the talent acquisition, Ms. Gertrude Oliveros, that I share now the opportunities for Makati Medical Center. Now, here at Makati Medical Center, we want you to somehow become part of our team. So this is the iconic building that we do have from the past. And then right now, this is now the building that you can see if you visit Makati. All right. So you can have 2 ways on how to apply with us. So you can visit thejobstreet.com. Here, the jobs 180, and at the same time here as well at this scanning this QR code. So we are growing our healthcare team not only for registered nurses, nursing assistant, medical technologies, radiology technologists, pharmacists, and respiratory therapists. Now, as you can see here, here we also hired registered nurses with a lot of very exciting competitive package. And we also hire those fixed-term registered nurses who are waiting to go abroad. No, so this is just like a fixed schedule that you can arrange with us in order to serve, of course, and join us in the fight of this COVID-19. Now, if you are still waiting to take the board exam, we have a program perfectly for you. We will be hiring you as part of our nursing assistant pool. These are under board staff where we will be training you and assisting you in the upcoming nursing licensure examination. You are again a full employment that enjoys all the full package of the benefits. And of course, the training will be on us. So this is a very successful program that happens 2020 that, as you can see, a lot of our nursing assistant pass the board exam. Now, this is the end of my presentation that despite of being productive, HAU at the healthcare system, still always consider work safety. And as you see, these are the bundles that we implemented for the work safety. I end my presentation with a video that's happening currently with the pandemic. So, what are you waiting for? This ends my presentation. Your future is created by what you do today and not tomorrow. So, thank you very much, everyone.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Joshua. Ayan, so hindi lang program manager si Sir Joshua, TikTokers din po siya, no? Ayan, so anyway, guys, the floor is now open for questions. You may now use the chat box or the comment box. Please type in your questions. So this is your chance, guys. So before you graduate, para at least you are aware, guys, kung ano na talaga ang nangyayari, especially you're doing it virtually or online na. So most of the time, work from home na halos. Sir, since naghihintay tayo ng questions from the audience, I have a question here. So one factor po why productivity is lesser in this time of pandemic is because of mental health, right po? What advice po can you give po from someone who's in the medical field?
All right, very good. Mental health is one of the main focus currently that we do have. Being enclosed into the truth, no, particularly, number one is to really know what you are being anxious of. So you must determine ano yung nagko-contribute na magde-decline yung mental health mo, no? So that's the first step that you need to do. Second, you need to accept that you are having that disturbance. Without the acceptance, you try to ignore it, and then at the same time mahihirapan ka to somehow seek help. And that's the last one. You must always seek help, not medically, but somehow a support system group that can help alleviate what you are feeling. I think that's a very easy step, no? You must first assess, accept the fact that you are feeling something disturbing, and then you need to seek help. So I think that's the simplest way to answer it, ma'am.
So, ano sir, what's the manifestation naman po or yung longer, ano naman, effect po ng yung, di ba may mga tao na, yun nga, sabi niya, they are having hard time po accepting what's going on or sobrang in denial na hanggang pagdating na lang ng dulo, bigla na lang sasabog. Especially for the teenagers po nowadays, no, na parang feeling ko mas ano sila with mental health.
During the pandemic, alam mo, na-feel natin yan, no? Halos lahat tayo. So, the usual thing that we are doing is somehow not being done currently because of the current situation. The first signs are, number one, nahihirapan ka matulog, no? So, if nahihirapan ka matulog, so ibig sabihin, there is something bothering you. The second one is a feeling of a fear of unknown. No? So, medyo mahirap to, no? Bakit ganoon? Parang uneasy ako. Bakit parang iba yung nararamdaman ko? Because there are some activities that satisfy, that put positivity on what you're doing in your life. Yun yung nawala. Yun yung tinanggal sa atin ng pandemic. So, those are the two signs that somehow very common that result drastically to different kinds of manifestation physically, a lot, and of course mentally. So on that kind of sense, you need to find alternative activities and support system na parang mag-replenish nung mga dating nagbibigay sa'yo ng positivity. So I hope I answered that question.
And thank you, sir. So kanina sir, may video tayo on the part po of tips for productivity. So medyo mahina kasi yung sound. So the audience po says na they can't hear it well. So, can you just recap lang, sir, yung mga tips na yun? How to be more productive in this time of pandemic?
So, we use the tip of the Pomodoro technique, no? So, particularly, one Pomodoro is your task. So, imagine that Pomodoro is the task or the things that you want to do. Now, give that task a 25 minutes, no? For example, may assignment ka dito. So, that's one task already. And then another one is another 25 minutes. So, try to keep away all the distraction for that one. Focus that 25 minutes and then take a break for 5 minutes. Kasi anong nangyayari ngayon sa atin, so we have plenty of tasks, we cannot arrange that, we cannot identify, and then you try to start from one task to another, and then sumasabog na tayo. So that kind of situation, we put structure on that one, at the same time giving us a breather time on how to plan ahead of time. Now, in between that 25 minutes and 5-minute break, you are given now, of course, magla-lunch tayo, magdi-dinner tayo, no? At if you are in the bahay, try to limit it to 15 to 30 minutes only. Not 1 hour extending the half day, okay? So that's the technique that we are doing. So identify your Pomodoro and then try to focus on that kind of situation. I hope I give a recap on that video.
Alright, so that's it. So, one last word na lang po or advice for the graduating students, especially po for those who do not have the means na talaga to continue studies or they are unsure of their decisions making po. So, advice na lang, sir.
Okay, I think for the graduating class, the graduation, despite of this kind of pandemic, I know it was transition to all the virtual. No worries, all the industry right now are preparing now our workplace on how we can bridge that gap, no, so that we can address, particularly us in the medical field, we are prepared now to somehow accommodate everyone and then put everything that you've missed from the past years into clinical. Habulin natin to. So after graduation, that's just the beginning of a lot of brighter future. Pandemic is just there, no? So let's not hold us our dreams and aspiration because of this chaos. I think that's my last message for them.
Alright, so maraming salamat po, Sir Joshua. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and expertise po. So we wish to have you on our next set of webinars po. Maraming salamat
Thank you
po,
so
Ed.
much.
Thank you. And so, guys, if you do not have any questions, this is where we end our program. And we would like to thank all of you guys for staying all throughout the event. And before you leave, please do not forget to evaluate this event. The link is flashed on the screen and is also available on the comment section. So, dito po kukunin ang inyong attendance. So, please evaluate, guys. And we would like to thank also the CEO Group for being one of our corporate sponsors for this event. You may check out the CEO store in Lazada and Shopee or at the nearest mall in your area to shop for your corporate attire needs. For career opportunities, you may visit shops180.com/CEO group. So please, guys, watch out for the next set of webinars we are going to host for. And please check our Facebook page for the topics that will be discussed. And you are, guys, welcome to join in on those sessions too. So see you and have a great afternoon. Stay safe.
From thy cradle safest now, love of God and man we found. To a happy life we're bound. Oh, the angels dear, here art thou of loyalty. Heart and soul we pledge to thee. With the virtuous faith and free, we've embraced from thee. Where the battle's morning see, banners high